rock and roll trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Good day, good morning, late morning now, Monday, March 18th. I took a long weekend. Last week was not going so well on dispatch, so when I got done Thursday, I just came and parked it, dropped my empty trailer, and said to heck with it, I'm going to take a long weekend. We weren't making that much good money anyways, so I said we'll just go enjoy ourselves for a couple of days. Aaron and I just went and hung out for the weekend, enjoyed ourselves, enjoyed each other, enjoyed town, enjoyed things, went out and did various things, went to a cool wine tasting at Beans Creek Winery in Manchester, and then went to a soft opening of a new lounge slash bar slash establishment downtown Chattanooga that a friend of ours is in the middle of helping to get going, and it was pretty cool, pretty good weekend. Then we got here this morning. We got up Monday today. Didn't have a trip when we got up, nothing assigned yet. Erin had meetings at 9 o'clock this morning, so she had to go ahead and get me dropped off over here early. She got me dropped off. Finally, they sent me a load at 9 a.m. that was due to be picked up at 9 a.m. Yeah. How does that work? Don't know. But we got that, so I was like, okay, gotta go grab an empty trailer. Because I dropped my one on Thursday since I wasn't going to be doing anything for a few days. I was like, somebody might need that Friday, somebody might need it over the weekend, they're not going to want me to stay hooked to that. We dropped it. So I had to look for one this morning. There was one empty trailer available on the whole lot. One only. Went and started kicking around on it, checking it out, and what do I find? I find a pool of oil in one of the driver's side hubs on the wheels there. I'm like, oh, guess I better go tell them about that. They're going to have to fix that. I can't be hauling that. They're like, okay, back it up here to the door. We'll pop it on there real quick. Backed it up to the door. They started working on it. Got all the nuts out, got to the last, or the bolts out, got to the last one to take the cap off and change everything out, and snap, bolt broke off in there. All right, so then we had to back it all the way in the shop. They're trying to figure out, they're like, well, we'll have to weld a nut to it or whatever so we can still try and back it off out of there. They got the welder all set up and everything, and then the welder didn't want to work. Started having issues with that. I finally got it going for a minute. Then it didn't want to, I guess it wasn't welding hot enough or something, and the bolts kept snapping off more, the nut they were trying to put on it, and that turned into a big ordeal. Finally, they got it changed. Here I am, as you can see, on the road. We're about to head over to Coca-Cola on Wisdom Street in Chattanooga. We were supposed to be there for pickup 1 hour and 25 minutes ago. Yeah. And that is going to pick up and go to Montgomery, Alabama. I'm going to swap out for another loaded one, just like I did last week, to go to Augusta, Georgia for Tuesday, which is where all my trouble started last week. It's where my week turned into crap last week. It's been happening more often when I get sent to Augusta. And if it happens again tomorrow, I don't have anything to get me back out of there easily. I'm not going to be a happy camper. Not going to be a happy camper at all. We're going to start figuring out what we're going to do, because I can't, I decided to eat last week and just take a super massive haircut on revenue because it just wasn't worth messing with it. And I just figured I'd relax and recoup for a couple of days, but we can't deal with that again this week, so we'll see what happens. We're back out here, we're live, and I haven't been putting videos up much lately. Just hadn't been feeling it, just hadn't been, I don't know, the algorithm on YouTube hasn't been working in my favor, and the videos haven't really been getting out there. Just been kind of discouraging, so I've just been kind of lazy on it, but let's see if we can't get back in the swing of things this week. Here we are. I'm going to get through town over here, get over here to this Wisdom Street Coca-Cola, and hopefully be out of there in a reasonable amount of time, even though we're going to be hour and 45 minutes late. Wish me well. We'll see what happens. See y'all after we get loaded. There y'all are again. Here I am again. It seems like every time I come to you guys on a clip lately, it is from somewhere again, just like on Monday last week. Last video I posted, we're rolling into the same place with the same situation. Dropping a loaded one, picking up a loaded one, going to Augusta. Last Monday, I was rolling into that situation, not yet knowing what I was doing once I got to Augusta for the next day. And once again today, still don't know yet where I'm going or what I'm doing after Augusta tomorrow. Last week, that resulted in a very bad week with me just giving up early and going home for a long weekend. I can't afford to do that this weekend, so I need them to get me straight this week. Can't keep having these bad weeks. Can't keep getting sent blindly into bad areas where we don't have anything to follow up. Just can't keep doing it. Someone fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that same scenario has happened a couple of times lately. So if it happens again, you know, if I don't figure out something after that, it's essentially on me at this point. But yeah, we're almost to where we're going over here in good old Montgomery yet again. Seems like I'll live over here these days. Birmingham, Montgomery, for various reasons. Personal life, family life, work life especially. Seems like Montgomery Coca-Cola is like the only place I go to anymore. It's good. It's an easy load getting here. It's really nice being able to drop and hook on the same location with zero deadhead and have another load out, but continuously having it go to a place where I'm not having a lot of luck with a follow-up load, that's not awesome. That's not awesome at all. And it's getting to be, it's 4:35 in the home time zone. I'm in Central here, but the home office is over in Eastern time zone, so I mean they don't have a whole lot of time of being over there punched in on the clock for the day. And so you know, if I don't have a load pop up here the next hour or two, I'm probably going to be delivering again in the morning blindly without having a clue what I'm doing again, which is not awesome, and I'm not going to be happy about it. We'll see. Maybe they'll surprise me. You know, I don't know. There's a lot to be said for being, you know, having your truck and signing on to run for a company under their, you know, authority and all that, as opposed to running your own authority and all. There's a lot to be said for it. There's a lot of conveniences of it. But when it gets right down to it, you know, sometimes not being able to hunt and book your own freight is, you know, it's not ideal. It's nice. A lot of, like this load that I'm carrying right now and the one that I'll be immediately dropping and hooking and picking up, that's where it's a good thing, because those are, you know, that's contract freight, good paying rates and everything that I wouldn't have access to. But then you run into situations like tomorrow where I more or less have to sit and let them figure out where we're going to send me for my next load without really having a chance to contribute on finding something. You know, I don't know. There's lots of advantages to, you know, doing it this way, and there's also substantial disadvantages, and stuff like this is definitely a disadvantage, but we'll see. Maybe it'll get ironed out. Maybe it'll get figured out this time, and I won't have to waste a full day. Last week on Tuesday, after unloading in Augusta, I ended up losing essentially a full entire day, and then we went and picked up a last minute little short load. It was profitable revenue, but not much of it, and that was followed up by sitting for a few hours and then getting booked again on another really short load with profitable revenue, but not much money on it, not much to show for it. So I gave up, you know, on Thursday. I delivered that one, and I was like, the heck with this. There's not going to be anything good that puts me in, you know, because I go home on the weekends. That's the way I've got my life structured this weekend. It would be a different situation if I was staying out and running, you know, 2-3 weeks at a time, but it's not the way I choose to live my life anymore. Just don't want to, I don't have to. And, you know, I might have to again soon if it keeps going this way, but, you know, there was going to be no other loads around that time of the week. There was back home that was going to do what I needed it to do and what I wanted it to do. So I said, the heck with this, don't worry about finding me another load. I was going to, I was only in Atala, Alabama. It was only a couple hours away from home. It wasn't going to really cost me much to deadhead back and be done with it, so I chose to go home, have a afternoon and evening off on Thursday, have a full day off on Friday, and then take my weekend, which I very much enjoyed. I very much needed, mentally. It didn't do me any wonders financially, but sometimes you just got to say, I need the time. The clear head space is more valuable than the money. But can't do that again this week. Fingers crossed for a better follow-up here, And we're about to make this crazy left-hand turn here. Looks like we might have a clear shot at it, and then we get checked in over here, get unloaded, get reloaded, and we'll catch back up with you all probably from somewhere in the state of Georgia. Y'all be good until then and stay out of trouble. If you see any good loads on the load board, send them to me. I'll see if they'll book it for me. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Well, we meet again. Here I am, just as I said, coming at you from the state of Georgia, I think. Pretty sure I crossed the state line. Let's look at a mile marker here. Let's look at a mile marker where I'm landing this. I'm about 99 to 100% positive. That doesn't matter. We're on the road, rolling. We got dropped and hooked there in Montgomery. Got all that done. Started getting on down the road. We stopped in Opelika at the Circle K. That is almost always my cheapest fuel stop between Montgomery and Augusta. Yep, there we go, mile marker number 10. We are in Georgia for sure. Yeah, we stopped at the Circle K. Got us a few gallons of fuel. Got me some fuel in the form of a slice of pizza and a couple of cookies and a tea. Had to fuel myself up. We got a couple more hours we got to go. We're pretty much gonna have to drive all the way there and cross our fingers and hope that my little spot 100 yards down the road from the entrance of where we're going has room for it. Last Monday night, I was just barely able to squeeze in there. There was just enough room for one more truck. It's a nice little side of the road thing, but a lot of people that go to Coca-Cola Park there, on account of its geographical location to the entrance to the gate up there. It's just, literally maybe like 100 yards away. Enough room, 3, 4, 5 trucks at most, really kind of stacked in, squeezed in together. Everybody cooperates. Would probably have to attempt to get to that again. Still don't have my next load for tomorrow yet. A message, I was told we've got one in mind. We're just waiting on it, waiting on confirmation of times. Is that accurate? I don't know. Is that just to get me to be quiet and not bother anymore? I don't know. Time will tell. If I end up with a load from that place tomorrow, it was true. If not, we're going to be in the same friggin' situation we were last week. Be bothered. Yeah. I'll have to start refusing to come to Augusta or something, I guess. I don't know. That, or we'll just consider moving the truck on to the next place, right? I have that power. I'm an independent contractor. I can take my truck where I want to take my truck. I don't want to take my truck anywhere else, but I got to make money. Yes, I do. I got to be somewhere that wants to let me have my schedule that I like and that can provide me, ample opportunity for revenue during those times. It is possible. I know it is because I did it for quite a few months in a row here until we've gotten to 2024, especially this last month or so, month and a half, things seem to have changed. Can't quite put my finger on what it is, but something's operating a little bit different. But I know it's possible to go home on the weekends and make money. Because I've done it. I'll go somewhere that accommodates that. Hopefully I don't have to go anywhere. Hopefully it turns back to the way it's been going. I kind of like my little routine here as far as I'm about over truck driving altogether. Not getting out of it anytime soon as I can, but as far far as routines go, kind of like what I'm doing here. It's kind of predictable, kind of stable. Had been, anyways. And for the most part, the people, the company, the people are nice human beings. They're easy to deal with for the most part. I don't know. Something's just not jiving at the moment. I don't know what it is. It's not to say anything bad about it, though. I've done okay here so far. I just need to keep at least doing okay, and I would like to be doing better than okay, but if we fall below just okay, we got to go. And here these last few weeks, it's kind of been below okay. Whatever, I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It's been a good place so far. But here we are. We got this later sunset since we did the time change a couple of weekends ago. I like that. I wish they would leave it like this all the time. I adore this part of the evening. I love it. I love it when this is I don't want them to change the time anymore. Quit with the daylight savings time. Just let me have this. Let me have it. It makes my evenings easier. It makes, when you got to drive late, you don't get, I don't get tired as quick because I feel like it's still daytime, so it just feels like you're getting a little more out of your day. It keeps me a little more productive. I wish it would stay, especially when the weather's as gorgeous as it is right now. A little cool outside, definitely not cold, but low 50s, but the sun has been beautiful all day. Been getting hammered with some wind, surprisingly so a couple of times. I've got caught some on the broad side of the truck there a few times. It made me like, whoa, where'd that come from? Other than that, doing pretty good. Not a bad day. Well, it hadn't been a perfect day, actually. I talked about issues with the trailer this morning and the late dispatch, and then I've just run into other little thing. Even when I got fuel this morning at the little fuel stop in Chattanooga there was a issue going on trying to get out of the parking lot over there. Somebody had it all blocked up, and I've just run into continuous small issues all day long, but it's been a beautiful day, that's for sure. So I'm going to try my best to keep a positive outlook, all right? I'm going to go, we're going to drive. I'll close this out whenever I get stopped. Probably be in Augusta then. We'll see. Most likely will be. Wherever I'm at, though, I'll see you there. See you in a little bit. Good morning, y'all. I'm closing out the video that I started yesterday because I was so tired last night when I got where I was going and was going to have to get right back up early again that I just forgot to do it. So here I am. We made it to Augusta last night. Parked at a little spot 100 yards down the road from the entrance, and we've been up this morning and snuck in there and got it off, and we'll be ready to head down the road to, where are we going? Savannah. We got to do a deadhead to one of our honey hole shippers over there, and I'm picking one up, which is a good thing. But it's priced way lower than all the other ones we usually run out of there. It's going back to Nashville, and it's priced way lower. Not real crazy about it. But I've got that one, and then I'll be going from Nashville tomorrow over to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee to pick up going to Charleston, South Carolina for Thursday. My next all day today, tomorrow, and Thursday are going to be busy. But we got done. This is me closing out what should have been closed out last night. So I'm going to give you a little rock and roll advice. Yeah, give you a musical recommendation. It's not brand new. It's been out for a month, couple of months, something like that. But the new Judas Priest. Yeah, that famous Hellbound for Leather, Breaking the Law band. From back in the 80s, back in the Iron Maiden and, Judas Priest and heavy metal. Back in the day, they're still around. Yes, they are. They've still had a constant output of solid music throughout the years, but they just recently put out a new one called The Invincible Shield. And man, it is good. They're going to be out on the lineup at Louder Than Life that we're going to in September in Louisville. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it now. I know they're, like, Rob Halford's getting pretty long in the tooth. He's been around forever, but the dude still has some pipes, and the band is sounding killer. super looking forward to that. The original guitar player, KK Downing, he's got what he calls KK's Priest going too. We got Tim Ripper Owens on vocals, which was a former singer of Judas Priest when Rob Halford was away doing other things at one point. Super solid stuff there too. But this new actual Judas Priest record, Invincible Shield, check that out if you're a fan of the old school, just heavy metal, not the extreme death metal power, or anything like that, grindcore and all that stuff, just traditional straight ahead heavy metal. Give that one a spin. It's well written, well performed, well executed. Just a good darn record. So that's my musical recommendation on this video that I'm closing out with the sun out during the daytime, and I should have been closing out last night. But we got to it. That's what counts. Yep. But I'm going to go because I got things to do this morning. Yeah. I actually have to go do work. Don't want to, but I got to. So we're going to get off here. We're going to do that. I'm going to say good day to you from here. I'm usually saying good night. But whatever time it is, wherever you're at, whatever time you're watching this, if you're watching it, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Spread some positivity where you can and have yourself a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.